10 seconds left. One enemy remaining. Spike down A. Clutch.
You copies are nothing.
I'm the last thing they'll see before they die. Lucky them. My ult's almost ready. Hola. Thank you. Impressive. No. No. Nope. No.
Here. Here.
My camera is destroyed. Enemy mark with SP. Good one.
Where is everyone hiding?
Spike down, attacker spawn. Last player standing. Thirty seconds left.
You're not.
One enemy
Gun
remaining.
here.
Spike planted. Face your fear!
Gun here.
Clutch.
My heart's racing.
Last round in the half.
We cannot keep our goods after this. Spend all.
Gun here.
Fight!
There.
Spike down B.
Revealing area.
There.
Someone is B. They will cover. Gun here. Shock dart.
Spike planted.
Scanning ahead.
Last player standing.
I get this question sometimes. Does airsoft hurt? Well, we're gonna find out today. Okay. Yo, I was just playing.
Switching sides.
Okay, Jesus Christ, take number 3. Oh! I get this question sometimes. Does
found out that
What we doing?
I found out that Titanic was not based off of a real story of people on the Titanic. I cried.
It's not?
4 days.
No, Jack
No!
and Rose aren't real.
No, it's just based off like a potential story that happened on the Titanic.
No, they're not real people.
The heartbreak I went through.
But the lady at the end that's mad old was on the Titanic.
No, she was not. No, she was not. Jack and Rose do not fucking exist.
Matt, do you know when?
Gun here.
Together.
I have planted the spike. Oh, careful now.
Put down.
Last player standing.
I find them. I kill them. Simple as that.
I need this.
Where are you?
Enemy in defender spawn.
Jet grounded.
Enemy spotted A.
Spike down A.
Enemy spotted A. Poor wretch.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing. Thirty seconds left.
You want me serious? You got it.
Forward.
Spike down A.
We move. Our spike is down.
One enemy
No
remaining.
charges left. I have the spike. Your duty is not over.
Back where? Gun here.
30 seconds left.
Wall raised.
Enemy spotted me. There.
Today, I was the sword.
There. My ult's almost ready.
Reloading. Scanning ahead.
Enemy spotted A.
Reloading.
For you.
You're done. Gun here. Gun here.
Reloading.
Still in sight.
Last
Spike
player
carrier is dead.
standing. Spike down A.
90 Omen.
I have the spike. Down. Revealing area.
Thirty seconds left. One enemy remaining.
3 gone.
Ten seconds left.
Spike planted. I am the hunter! Revealing area. Found them.
Now you're all.
Close your eyes.
Damn, bro, I cut my finger. You got a band-aid?
Band-aid, bro, you hella spoon-fed. We ain't even had band-aids growing up.
My
I do got
city
something
needs
for you,
me.
though, cuz.
I
Let me
can't
see.
be away for long.
Good looking.
Send these.
Damn, I got bark in my shoe.
Bark in your shoe, bro. You hella spoon-fed. You ever wake up in the morning and have roaches in your shoe?
Reloading. D, right here. Right here. Scanning ahead.
Good attempt.
Reloaded. Watch your eyes.
First planet. I'm watching here.
Omen killed.
Right here. Careful here. I'm watching here.
Prepare for hellfire.
Careful here. Enemy spotted.
One enemy remaining.
No more to oppose us. Reloading.
This is crazy. It feels like we've been doing this forever. Anyone else feel like that? Just me? Okay.
Right here.
switch the motherfucker on, all you hear is squish.
Damn, I ain't know that about you. I ain't gonna complain next time.
Yeah, don't complain, bro. There's a lot of shit you don't know about me.
Like laying on the floor?
Man, who else you think is stopping the roaches?
Damn, no more water bottles?
You have a
Reloading.
there, bro.
Scanning ahead.
What eyes?
Omen killed.
Spike planted. I'm watching here.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Push him, push him. He's pushing.
Careful now.
Even with numbers, anything can still happen. Remember that.
Reloading.
For you, hermanita.
Get out of my way!
There.
Opponent killed.
Plant a spike.
Spike planted.
Revealing area. Enemy spotted me.
Enemy removed.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Lead is cold, friend.
50 up.
A bow and arrow is old-fashioned, but sometimes old ways are best.
My ult is ready.
We win. We survive.
Enemy spotted B.
I'm the hunter!
Unavoidable. Jet
One enemy remaining.
Planted. Turn here. The symphony of death. Don't worry, you get used to it.
Right here. Right here. On my mark. Deploying drone. Caution, here.
Careful now.
Revealing.
Someone please.
For you.
Get out of here. Prepare for hellfire.
One enemy remaining.
My power does not end. Ask for aid, and you shall receive.
I have money.
We win, we survive.
Scanning ahead.
One dead.
Gun here. Enemy spotted A.
You fought well. Light planted.
Face your fear!
Enemy spotted mid.
One enemy remaining.
Watch them run when lit by my sonar. That's when we strike. Reloading. Reloading. Let us hunt. Gun here.
Plant a spike.
Light planted.
The hunt begins.
Barrier created. Return to dust. Here.
Last player standing. Clutch. Match point.
A single battle between us and victory.
Can I have that? Thanks.
Watching here.
Come into the
Unknown.
flight.
Eliminate.
Enemy tagged. Right here.
There. Reloading. Enemy
Last player standing.
There they are.
Spike down A.
40, okay.
Sudden death.
Prepare yourselves. We fight once again.
Wait. So can I have it? Because Reyna looks pretty good. I'm gonna get it in like one orb. Thank you so much.
My ult's almost ready.
Gun here.
Right here.
No, bro, no, maybe. We're 100% winning these.
Here.
Our spike carrier is dead.
Spike down A.
I have the spike. There they are. Let's go here. Enemy spotted mid.
Last player standing.
GG's.
Defenders win. Match found.
Can someone do agent roulette? Not Phoenix. Just hover Phoenix. Okay guys, whatever you do, just don't lock in because then you'll end up being Phoenix. Now hover Cypher. I mean, oh, Phoenix, I mean, my bad. It's fine.
How you doing, Seth? What's good, nigga?
Spike planted.
Stay down.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, was that important?
Last player standing.
Race it to the spike sites.
Hi, Courage. Let's go Tilted. YouTube.com/CourageJD. Subscribe now.
What was that laugh, Connor?
A squeaker laugh.
You got to meet Tim the Tap Man.
Wow.
Pretty cool, huh?
Hey, pizza. Hi. Hi, Dad. Hi.
Time to hunt. I'm out of stuff. I'm out of stuff.
Spike's here.
Spike down A.
Gun here. Gun here.
Spike down A.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Be faster.
One enemy remaining.
Gun here.
Reloading.
Watching here. Reloading.
Going out.
Reloading.
Hawk out.
30 seconds left. Flawless.
No one left to send a message. Oh,
I got your backs. Just, you know, from the front. I got yous, okay? Finished.
Spike down A.
Oh yeah, Phoenix is camping in the corner in the smoke.
One enemy remaining.
Time to hunt. Scout destroyed.
Last player standing.
Phoenix, our little star. Keep that furnace burning, okay?
my ult's almost ready. Now, where to set up shop?
Joke's over! You're dead!
Here. Seek them out. Found one.
On site.
Someone's at the
Found one.
spawn.
Last player standing.
One dead.
Spike planted.
We move as a unit, okay? Last thing I need is some hero messing things up.
Hold those angles. Watch this. Down here.
Spike down A.
Yo, Phoenix.
Come on, let's go. Spike's A.
She's hit 50 and you're in your ult, just push.
One enemy remaining.
Tight. I think that's it. Hawk out!
Look, don't start resting. Still work to do.
One down. Seek them out. Found one.
Rift Walker's out.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
The backs will be towards at least one of us.
Okay, let's get set up.
Careful. No. Enemy spotted A. Here.
Taken out.
That's done.
You will not kill my allies.
One enemy remaining.
That's three.
Spike down A. Flawless.
Spike spotted
Get that
A.
on camera. Damn, this is fun. Let's keep it going.
Hey, Jack.
Connor! Bro, that ain't Connor, bro. Hey, what'd you do with Connor, huh?
He's in
You
my
want to
back.
play? Let's play.
Here.
Someone's A.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Enemy spotted A.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Gun here.
Oh, was that important?
Okay, we know the drill. Stick to your roles and we'll crush it. Don't give them ground.
B.
Ended.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Yo, nice, Cypher.
We good.
Give me a moment. I need to set back up.
Find the weak point and break it.
Watch this!
Someone's A.
Buried. Enemy spotted A. Gun here. Blocking sight.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Reloading.
An injured dog bites hard. Careful.
Careful.
Go on my mark, yeah? Going C. Watching this spot. Go on my mark, yeah? Going C. Going Time to mobilize my pack.
Going C.
Come on, let's go! You're out.
Spike down A.
You're fine.
One enemy remaining.
AD.
You didn't see that coming.
Last round before the switch.
Nothing will be saved after this. Use it.
Who needs something?
Defenders win.
Hey.
Hi, Courage. Let's go Tilted. YouTube.com/CourageJD. Subscribe now.
Good lord, cartoon downgrades, part 29. A lot of hardened Ben 10 fans know that Alien X is Ben 10's most powerful alien. This alien is legit unstoppable. He can do anything. This alien has sparked so many debates worldwide because of his nigh omnipotence. The only caveat to this alien is that Ben could not control it in the beginning. This alien was so dangerous that they had to have 2 separate keys just to unlock this hoe. This alien is so powerful that it survived a universe imploding and being completely destroyed. And Ben didn't even know what was going on. And then in that same instance recreated the entire universe. In fact, the only thing that was a challenge to him was another celestial sapien. It's a god fighting another god. So please explain how they are able to jump Alien X? Why do y'all tag me in this? I've never seen such disrespect.
He running. The first person to... He running. Look, he running. I can't chase. The first person to guess my age wins $100.
I'm the oldest YouTuber with 10 million subscribers. How old do you think I am?
I'm gonna say 59.
Okay, you want to keep it?
62. Oh, that was even worse.
Bro, you don't look a day over 17.
92?
You're 91 then, right? 82?
52.
100?
You guys want to do Agent Roulette?
How old am I?
51.
Everyone cover Phoenix.
Looking at the work done on your face, I'm gonna say 76.
I haven't had work done on my face.
Why does everyone think I'm so old? Must be the dad shirt.
46?
Yo!
Oh no.
Wow, this is my son.
53.
29.
47.
55.
Oh, you got it right. Here's $100. The first person to guess my age wins $100.
Who do you guys think? I want to get a good agent. Bro, my text is so delayed. It chooses a random agent for you. Bro, I want to get like, I swear to God, if I get KJ, what's on a jet? Nah, bro, who got?
Today, I snuck an AirTag tracking device into an Ed Sheeran concert so that I could somehow stick it onto him to track him down, because that's for the FBI to know. Anyways, randomly BTS opened for him, and then Eddie was about to come on stage, so I had the genius idea to use an extra mask and fashion it into a slingshot so that when he performed, I walked up to the front of the stage, locked onto my target, and bam! It flew through the air. And now I know there's no way of it sticking to him. However, they have to pack up the stage, and it's probably gonna travel with him. So anyways, I saw Doja Cat and Lil Nas X, and then left the concert and
That's my double, yeah? I got her.
Well, luckily you didn't. Bruh, I never play Phoenix, but I got my first ace with Phoenix. So I feel like I can ace, maybe. Well, probably not, because... Bro, KJ is like the worst person to get. Seven is the quadratic formula.
I'm out of here.
Smoke's down. Stim beacon down. Reloading.
This is an OP entry. Wait a minute. Okay.
Plant the spike.
Molly. Reloading. Reloading.
Reload him.
Reloading.
Gotta go. Placing
Right
swamp
here.
grenade. Alarm bot out.
Reloading.
Placing sensor.
And went home. Then the next morning, I was getting a reading on the AirTag finder, and it said that he was in Las Vegas. So I flew to Las Vegas, and when I got to the airport, I thought I had already found him. But the thing is, I had a little bit
One
of
enemy
spicy
remaining.
grape juice on the plane, so I stumbled over to the man and shouted, "Ed!" And it was just a random man. So, yeah. Today, I snuck an AirTag tracking device.
I attempted the hardest Easter egg in Apex Legends solo. This video is not sped up. I used the Octane Super Speed technique to attempt it. To do this, you must shoot all Nessies in order, but they are spread out across the map. This was not going to be easy. I had to start...
I'm out of here.
I got you, bruv.
Smoke's down.
Coming through.
Molly. Reloading. Right here. Right here.
Planted.
Alarm bot out.
Stim beacon here.
Placing swamp grenade. Placing swamp grenade.
Right here. Reloading. Gotcha. Right here.
Cover's going out.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
One enemy remaining.
Just get out of there.
in containment, then zoom all the way to Skulltown, shoot the Nessie there, then run back all the way to the top of the map at Slum Lakes. I wasted so much time here. Next, I hurried to the very top.
Reloading.
No, that's just funny. That's so funny.
Gotta go.
Launching smoke.
Someone's A.
Molly. Right here.
Blinding.
Coming through.
Come on, let's go.
Go, go, go. Hi. This. Watch out. This.
Spotted A.
This. Reloading.
One enemy remaining.
Going up.
Go, go, go. Reloading.
Watch your eyes.
75, kill him. Look.
Right of the map near.
Oh man, why do you gotta be like that? Have some fun.
Free target practice. I'll take it. I suggest we keep winning.
Shadows traveling. Right here. Molly!
Got hit.
Hi, monsieur.
Spike down A.
Reloading. Right here.
You will not kill my allies.
Last player standing.
Let's kill that Reyna. Our team's got soul. I want to keep it that way.
My ultimate's almost ready.
Reloading. My ultimate is ready. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Gotta go. Chamber's going down. Go, go, go.
Now all these kids got mad at Omen.
Smoke's down.
I can't chat because then I won't be able to talk. It's something weird like the delayed.
Oh, Spike's down.
Spike down B.
I got a spike. One down.
Mr. Clean, don't spam the sheriff because then it'll be really inaccurate.
Enemy spotted B.
Like give it half a second. If it's right in your face, just spam it.
Gotta go.
Right here.
Plant the spike. Spike's down. I'm out of here.
Placing alarm bot.
Placing swarm grenade. Reload.
They're not tower anymore.
Sentry.
Yo, what's the point of staying there? Okay, fine. Sage is on a Grimo.
Last player standing.
I'm out.
One enemy remaining. Clutch.
Bro, 40 milliseconds. Nice job.
Relay, then run right to the bottom at water treatment.
Drink
I had to
some
then
water,
quickly
reload your
zoom to
mags,
run
and
up
let's
and
get
shoot
back
the
out
Nessie there. But the ring was starting to
No
close.
cap, that
I
was
zoomed past my
slow.
confused teammate and then ran all the way back up to swamps, and things were really starting to get difficult because of the closing ring. I got
Yeah,
the
but
ninth
that 9-2
Nessie, but
game
it was
was crazy.
already out of the ring. The final Nessie was really challenging. I was getting shot at and the ring had already closed.
Nah,
I healed up and tried to find the
you
Nessie,
don't know
but
how
it was
many
so
shots
hard
I
to see.
whiffed
I
on you
finally shot it, but unlocked the
that
Easter egg
game
mere seconds before I
in that
died to
one
the
round.
ring. I attempted the
I whiffed all my op shots.
Gotta go.
Come on, let's go!
Cover going out.
That's 3.
Tim beacon down.
Guys, what a mace.
Spike planted.
Follow me. can be done.
Reloading.
Hi! Pissed! Almost out.
Enemy spotted.
One enemy remaining. Turret out.
Right here.
Watch out!
Right here.
Ow.
Alert.
Y'all better keep up.
Hesitation is commensurate
Reloading.
to negligence.
Go, go, go!
Gun here.
I'm out of here.
It's stinger time.
Enemy spotted A. Enemy spotted A. Oh, no gun here.
I'm gonna go heal. How did my molly? It flew.
Right here.
Enemy down.
Hardest Easter egg in Apex Legends.
Where you going? Home. Where's home?
The White House.
Let me get
My ultimate's almost ready.
Fear has a shiny. Uh-oh. Just, nope, that's fine. Fear has a shiny. Fear got the shiny!
And you have a right to refuse his order, and I guarantee you're gonna...
Today I'm using this. It's just a handful of BBs, and I'm gonna throw them at people. I hope they say that. They call me
You want to
BB
play?
Bay.
Let's play.
This from my boy Tristan.
Someone's big.
I think one of them did it.
A bunch did, but you also hit me.
One enemy remaining.
Evil! Evil! Evil!
Flash. Gun here.
Last player standing.
My bad. Yeah, I don't know. That's just cringe.
Reloading.
Today.
Attackers win.
Feeling proud.
Hey, I'm using this. It's just a handful of BBs, and I'm gonna throw them at people. I hope they say that. They call me BB Bay.
I think I'm gonna quit my job. Wait, don't quit. You should get fired instead. Why? Because then they have to pay you severance, but if you quit, you don't get any money. Interesting. Hey, Mr. Baker? Yeah? Fire me. No. One bread, please. Yeah, you want this bread? Yeah. Well, take that. Hey! And here's an upgrade to flatbread. My bread! Here. Oh! Hey, Mr. Baker! Yes? Fire that guy! Yes, it worked. Actually, this is delicious. Huh? I'm giving you 5 stars on Yelp. Thanks. You're a keeper. You got some very nice buns. Huh? I preheated the oven to 69.
Match found.
Why? Because I want to rise your dough in my oven. The heat is too hot. Oh yeah, so hot. I can feel it. Fire! Okay.
That's random
I
agent
think I'm
or
gonna
what?
quit my job. Wait, don't quit. You should get fired instead. Why? Because then they have to pay you severance, but if you quit, you don't get any
Okay,
money.
someone give me suggestions. I have everyone in the game. Please give me suggestions. You know what? Let's do agent roulette.
This is how Warzone's new anti-cheat looks like. Raven Software has added these dummies all around the map. They trick cheaters into thinking that these are actual players, causing them to lock onto them. If a player shoots at multiple of these, their account will get reviewed manually. What do you guys think of the new anti-cheat? This is how Warzone's new anti-cheat
my god, you're
looks
literally
like. Raven
brained.
Software has added these dummies all around the map.
You're
They
literally
trick cheaters into
trolling.
thinking that these are actual players,
Our
causing
whole
them to
team
lock
is
onto them. If a
literally
player
doing
shoots
this.
at multiple of these, their account
This
will
is the
get
worst team
reviewed
comp
manually.
ever.
What do you guys think of the
Literally
new anti-cheat?
brain
This
dead.
is how Warzone's new anti-cheat looks like. Raven Software has added
Oh
these
my god,
dummies.
I'm literally true.
Is airsoft legal? Well, yes and no. Let me explain really quick. Look.
Okay, let's get going. This work won't take care of itself.
Okay, guys. This is my first game ever on Cade. So I kind of don't know her util, cause she's the worst character in the game. Okay, guys, we need to help this Phoenix because he's a starter.
Gun here.
Bunch of guys, eh? Silence. They're super dead.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Reloading.
Stop that.
Don't die. If you need help, reloading. Ow. What's that? Reloading.
Looking at only the United States, yes, it is of course completely legal,
Guys,
but
guys.
there are some exceptions to this.
KJ,
For
you
example, in New Jersey, they mandate a bright colored
way
grip
better on
and
attack.
prohibit them from being displayed in public. Now, if we zoom out to the rest of the world, we see
Reloading. Placing swarm grenade.
Multiple enemies B.
Placing sentry. Time to hunt. They're concussed. Hawkeye! Blinded. Killed their omen.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Guys, you think he could do it? Thanks.
No charges left.
30 seconds left. Spike planted.
Just push. All he has is he doesn't have a gun. Just push. Nice. Nice. didn't know. I was talking in party chat. Yeah, but those sheriff
gotta play around the
shots
slow
went
fields, you'll find
crazy.
it.
Did anyone else think those
Reloading.
were crazy?
Placing
But those
sentry.
were kind of. Those are kind of.
Find the weak point. Oh, and
sorry.
break it. Hello. Hello. Time. Scout destroyed. Blocking sight. Hawk out. Go on my mark.
Spike down. Attacker spawn.
Hawk out.
One enemy remaining.
Nice. Get the guardian. Or the vandal. There's a vandal.
See, reloading. That is the one by geniuses, and I am a genius.
My ult's almost ready.
They should stop trying.
Blocking sight. Turret out.
One down.
Careful now.
Last player standing. Spike down. B.
They're in their spawn. Bro, this Sage is so. Their Sage is cringe. Kids corner camping. I'm gonna flank them next round and pop all. So they run away. Nah, this guy's cringe. Where is he going?
30 seconds left.
Landing.
Spike planted.
Yo, wait, you have a mic?
Yeah, man, I had a mic this whole time.
Come on, let's go. Going up.
See a huge difference. Most countries do not allow anything that comes remotely close to a firearm to be owned by a civilian, which does include both airsoft and even paintball. So to best answer this, be sure to look up your specific location to know, is airsoft legal? Well, yes and no. Let me explain really quick. Looking at only the United States.
Wait, let me. Guys. The plot thickens!
Seek them out.
Turret out.
Yo, does everyone have a mic? The plot thickens!
Blinded.
Turret down. Here.
I'm dead.
Killed their omen.
Get out of here.
Blocking sight. Enemy spotted men. Here.
I've
picked this block up, lifted it real high, and threw it down on the trampoline. And as I watched it bounce, I thought of this trick called a palm flip. And my friend Roland threw the block for me so that I could think about palm flipping off the block in the air. So we lifted it back up to try it again. And as my friend Roland threw it, it kind of like came at me a little bit, and the block almost even landed on me, but thankfully it didn't. And the next one, it went really far, and we started to realize that every time it went, it would land somewhere different. Like this time it landed on a trampoline, and on this one, it actually almost hit me, like came straight at me. But on this next one, we lifted it back up, he threw it again, it went the perfect distance, and I committed to the flip, and I actually landed it, which surprised me, honestly. I had my doubts about this challenge. I picked this block up, lifted it real high.
I'm going to be bench pressing anywhere from the bar to 500 pounds. The twist is, I'm not going to know because I'm going to be blindfolded.
Here.
225?
10 seconds left. One enemy remaining. Spike planted.
Seems like 405. Yep. 405.
Is bubblegum vodka good? What kind of drinks can you make with it? Let's find out. Chef Nick made bubblegum vodka, but it turned out it was
Make bubblegum infused.
I wanted to make the same, but still use vodka since it's a flavorless spirit, so I got the same double.
Yeah, Sage is dead. That's all that matters.
Bubblegum, it took a minute to unwrap it, put them into the bottle, and fill it up to the top with vodka. That infusion didn't take long. In 24 hours, all the color and flavor were in the vodka.
Reloading.
I tried it straight up, and it was very sweet with an aroma as strong as I had just opened a container with bubblegum. What was better is when I mixed sweet bubblegum vodka with a bitter tonic water. And it was even better in the bubblegum mule, so I squeezed a little bit of fresh lime juice and filled it up with the ginger beer. Since the bubblegum vodka is so sweet, you can just add a couple of shots in the glass with ice, add soda water, and spray oils from the lemon zest on top and enjoy. I
Literally brain dead. Literally trolling. There literally be sites. I'm thinking.
Spike down. Attacker spawn.
I also made the most incredible cocktail with that vodka, so let's try it in the following video. Is bubblegum vodka good? What?
Baki the Grappler is the best bad anime and manga ever. So Baki the Grappler follows Baki, a young underground champion, on his journey to become stronger than his father, Yujiro Hanma, which is gonna be tough because Yujiro is so absurdly strong, it's hilarious. Remaining. For reference, Yujiro once dodged a bullet by shifting his brain to one side of his skull. And keep in mind, this dude is supposed to be a normal human. There are no supernatural powers involved, and this is the appeal of Baki. The story is wacky, but it never loses your attention, and gets the fighting spirit just right. Baki is a monster of a
Get us in my face.
Let me know
if you need healing. Reloading.
Reloading.
Oh my god.
Spike down B. Last player standing.
That was so chaotic.
That the series brings in Miyamoto Musashi, the most legendary Japanese warrior, back to life just so Baki can get a good opponent. But Baki worked hard to get his insane physique, and we can see him grow as a character through the fights. Baki the Grappler is objectively a bad anime because of its weird writing, but it's so fun that it's so So, if you were wondering, Baki the Grappler is the best bad anime and manga ever. So, Baki the Grappler
Just watch this.
I 3D printed this key and it opens my house. I created this key using a single picture of my actual house key, and this is kind of scary because if a criminal gets a picture of your key, then they can 3D print one and unlock your house. So don't let people get pictures of your keys.
Now listen.
Enemy spotted B.
They blocked off B.
Time to hunt.
Wait, where?
They blocked off B. Garage.
I know exactly. I don't know where you live, but I will go through every door in America until I unlock yours.
Just watch.
Just put an orange tip on a real gun and pretend it's a toy. Now, we see this in our comments way more than I would like to admit. So believe it or not, there are actually no laws in the United States that prohibit you from doing this. But on the other hand, just because you can legally do something does not mean you should do it. Keep in mind that a firearm in a civilian's hands is for hunting, sport shooting, and perfect self-defense. Adding an orange tip to your firearm in any of these use cases does absolutely nothing for you. So I can only imagine that those of you seriously asking this question intend on using the firearm unlawfully, and to that, please don't do it. Just put an orange tip on a real gun and
Despite only being 13 years old, this rapper has already had a hit and could potentially be one of the biggest rappers in the next few years. He goes by the name Clappers and he's from Fort Worth, Texas. He said previously his major inspirations for music come from Tupac, XXXTentacion, and the Notorious B.I.G. He began freestyling when he was only in 3rd grade and eventually put out a song called Want Me. The song quickly blew up on TikTok and has millions of streams on Spotify only 6 months later. He actually doesn't use a studio setup or professional mic.
No more Viper. Seek them out. Found one. Look at that.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Oh, guys, this guy's behind.
Don't stress.
Nice.
Reloading.
We're all getting nice right now.
Reloading.
What is mine?
Okay, guys, our whole team needs to get a knife, except for Phoenix, because Phoenix ain't in the party. I'm expecting everyone to get a knife kill. These kids are funny to get knife kills on.
Time for a field test.
Phoenix, can you push and make one go in the garage?
Enemy spotted A.
Time to hunt. Scout destroyed.
Spike down A.
Blinded. Taken out. Hawk out. Blinded. Oh. That's great.
One enemy remaining.
exactly where you are.
Here. Seek them out. Found one. I'm out of stuff.
Let's go.
How did I get this powerful?
Reloading.
You go.
I'm a Spectre running on these guys. I want to try Ace. I'm jealous. I only have 4 aces in my life.
This is gonna be fun.
Time to hunt. destroyed. Here. My ult's almost ready. Hawkeye! Enemy spotted A. Heal up, squad.
Stealing sight. Cover going out.
Spike down A. Last player standing.
Shadows traveling.
Yeah, where are you going?
How did this guy turn a red paperclip into a house? The first was trading that paperclip for a fish pen. Then Kyle sold the owner of a doorknob on the fish pen. He then swapped the doorknob for a stovetop, but quickly flipped it for an electric generator. Kyle dealt the generator for a neon sign and keg of beer. Shockingly, he found yet another trade partner and acquired a used snowmobile. He turned that into 2 tickets to the Canadian Rockies, but turned right back around and swapped them for a box truck. In one of his stranger trades, Kyle packaged the truck for a recording contract and followed it up by trading the contract for a year of rent in Phoenix. The rent was dealt for an afternoon with rockstar Alice Cooper. When Kyle traded the meet and greet for a Kiss snow globe, fans were up in arms. But the kicker was Kyle had a business partner who desperately wanted it. Hollywood director Corbin Burnson traded a speaking part in his new movie for the snow globe. Finally, Kyle traded the role to the town of Kipling, Saskatchewan in exchange for a 2-story house. Throw me a follow if you didn't know this.
Turret out. Blocking sight.
One down.
Yeah, oh, last one.
Watch this.
Last player
Which one
standing.
of these birds sounds the most badass? Alright, first up we have this R2-D2 looking motherfucker. Its name is C-Ram, and it shoots 75 rounds per second of pure ass kicker.
30 seconds left.
Next up we have the M61A1 Vulcan, which is basically the Gal-8's little brother, but on steroids. It shoots an eye-watering 100 rounds per second and has a very distinct high-pitched burst. Last but not least, we have the Gal-8 30mm cannon. Even the fucking name sounds badass. This piece of American freedom fires a bullet that's bigger than a beer bottle at a respectable 65 rounds per second.
Dumb shit, you know that on.
Genius people who beat the system, part 10. This TikToker was at her kid's baseball game where there were rules that wouldn't allow parents to have alcohol. So she got these sleeves you easily just slip onto cans that hides what the actual drink is. That's thinking outside the box. You're not allowed to write anything negative in your senior quotes. So Amber wrote The Office, season 7, episode 19, minute 445. And if you go to that moment in the show, it says this.
Should have burned this place down when I had a chance.
Okay, guys, I
A
couple were at the arcade and really wanted to win the arcade jackpot by landing on the 1,000 tickets reward. But they didn't want to waste a ton of money trying to do it legitimately, so instead they just lifted the glass and made it land on the jackpot.
Watch your eyes!
Reloading.
Yo, Mr. Clean, where's Mrs. Clean?
Genius people who...
This is Parker, and if you've never seen videos of him before, he is really good at belly flops, and he really enjoys them, so we wanted to see how high we could take this. And we didn't want to just do it off the handrail of the second floor, we wanted to go even higher to the ceiling hanging off the I-beam, but we've never really done them hanging before, so we stacked up these mats and went to this area where you don't have to take the full height drop if you're hanging from the ceiling, and made sure to practice it there first. Now, in this next clip, you can see that his clothes are different. It's because last week, he wasn't really quite fully ready to progress any further, but this week he came back and progressed it some more, and And now he said he was finally ready to climb up to the actual full height drop and do the whole thing. And then he finally did it. He did it so perfect too. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Parker, he's going places. This is Parker, and if you've never seen videos of him,
I tried the easiest way to turn an ice cube into a diamond. Cut ice for cocktails require a sharp knife and some practice, but here's the best way to make it without any effort.
Don't hold back.
This multi. The shape press is designed differently from anything I tried before. It comes with special attachments that could be easily switched depending on the shape of ice you need. The one I tested earlier was shaped to make a sphere. That's it. Now I can put a large ice cube inside, cover with the second part, and it takes a little over a minute to turn it into a perfect size ice sphere. Then swap the attachment, repeat the same steps, and get a flawless shaped diamond that would probably be impossible to cut it with a knife. This is a genius gadget to make steamed cocktail ice while enjoying this satisfying process. I tried other shapes and they all came out so perfect, you can see every little detail.
Okay, I got a strat. Maybe we could go from garage to heaven. Okay, but someone take Spike. That will maybe work.
Even fight? That's fun. Placing alarm bot. Killed my bot.
Oh, someone's playing.
Time to hunt.
110 Viper playing.
Watch your eyes. Our spike carrier down.
Spike down B. Last player standing.
Spike planted.
You want me serious? You got it.
Okay, guys, we have to do that again. Same plan. But I'm gunning with the Spectre this time, okay?
I got easy, okay?
So insta break the wall. Insta break the wall. She's gonna wall. We all know.
Reloaded.
Spike down mid.
Swarm grenade out. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Last player standing.
Terminated.
Oh, my bad.
They only.
Nah, I'm doing the same thing.
This man was officially declared a dwarf when he was 18. Yes, this man, who is nearly 8 feet tall, wasn't even over 5 feet tall when he was 18. How, you ask? Well, it's complicated, but he's literally the only person in history to have lived as a dwarf and a giant in one lifetime. Let me explain. Born in 1899, Adam Rayner had 2 very average-sized parents, and when he turned 18, he tried to enlist in the army. He was denied, as at a height of
Watch your eyes. We're going out.
Reloading. 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 Gun here. Here.
Enemy and defenders. Cover going out.
Time to hunt.
Here.
Spike down. Enemy spotted A.
One enemy remaining.
Hawk out!
Turret out.
Hawk out!
Knife him.
I'm bugged. Swarm grenade. I'm out of stuff. Gun here. Reloading.
4'8", he was deemed too short to be enrolled and was officially
Hey guys,
declared a
that's a really
dwarf.
good
So how did he go from being a dwarf to being one of the
that.
tallest people ever?
I posted a fake
But
scene
I
from The
have
Office
one
into an
now.
Office
I'm
Facebook
pretty
fan
sure I
group,
have
and this one got crazy. Spoiler alert for The Office. Michael Scott leaves the show in season 7, but doesn't reappear.
This is
So they'll
bromine.
either push
It's chemically
in or
very
run
similar
away.
to chlorine,
Most likely
except
push
chlorine's a
in.
gas and bromine's a liquid. It also lets off a lot of nasty orange vapor, and this is why I sealed it in glass.
Someone's A.
Reloading.
Come on, let's go!
I know exactly where you are.
Someone's A. No, you don't.
Healing over here.
Someone's A. Going up.
One under.
Spike down.
Thank you, Stan.
What's Found one. Time to hunt. They're concussed.
Push over.
One enemy
Whoa.
remaining.
Phoenix, how did you use all your
Last
bullets?
player standing.
Just spectre him. You could knife, maybe. Or not. Nice.
Bromine's
This
really
strat
dense.
is so good.
I've shown you a shotgun hitting
Get the phantom
ballistics
right there.
gel,
Thank
shooting
you.
a bullet into another gun, and a rifle that folds in thirds. But today, we're looking at 22 LR handguns for self-defense. A 22 LR bullet from a rifle can penetrate an entire ballistic gel block. But the same bullet out of a pistol can't get as much speed. But look carefully at that bullet. It never actually mushrooms. I wanted to compare the damage a 22 LR can do to a common 9mm, so I bought 36 cans of tuna. The 22 LR only penetrates
Nice.
Welcome to my world. Hawk out! Blinded. Ended. Here.
Spike down
No
A.
more Viper. Gun here.
Last player standing.
Is everyone's tech still working? Double check it, please.
I need this.
Okay, that was mad lucky. You guys wanna go B? We got this, guys. I have ult, so.
Keep it cool. That's how you survive. Thank you.
Phoenix, can you give me spike? Actually, no, it's fine. It's
I got the
fine.
spike.
Okay.
Enemy spotted B.
Time to hunt.
He did it one way.
Scout destroyed.
Go mid.
Blocking sight. Alarm bot out.
Gun here. Here.
Guys, flank.
Going up.
Gun here.
My bad.
Last player standing.
That's done.
Spike down
They're
B.
Heaven. Viper's heaven. Just spike.
Flash.
You could just jump over. Don't shoot the wall.
One enemy remaining.
Not sure.
Wait until I blind them to strike.
Quick peeks now.
Watch your eyes! Shadows.
One down.
Reloading.
Our spike carrier's down.
Oh my god.
Spike down B.
Our carrier is dead.
Last player standing.
I know exactly where you are.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, bro. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Match point.
I can hold an arrow pretty well myself. Reloading.
Wow, 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 wow. Okay, my bad.
Let's go.
Seek them out. Found one. Found one. Got one.
I can make
Healing
it.
over here.
Let me ace. Let me ace, please.
Spike down.
Both me. Now they're on tower.
One enemy remaining.
That's
Nice,
done.
guys.
Quick break.
I don't care if I didn't get my ace. That's fine.
You man ready for a light show?
Reloading. Reloading. Reloading.
Let me show you how to boss.
5 tuna cans. Here's what the bullet looked like when I took it out.
Please heal me, please heal me.
Reloaded. Heal up, squad.
Careful now.
Healing over here. Here, placing swarm grenade. Reloading. Alarm bot out. Hawk out. Our spy carrier's
On
down.
site, on site.
Spike down B.
Jet ult.
Heal up, squad. Reloading. Out of healing. What's this? I got the spike.
One enemy remaining.
Here. Time to heal. Reloading. Don't stress if I die. Reloading. It was great knowing you all. Also delete my
Reloading.
hard drive.
Guys, I used my ult and I got it already.
Reloading. Reloading.
Same plan. Okay, so once my alarm bot, so we're gonna kill like one, which is Sage, because he always was that. I might go on just B site.
Reloading. Reloading. Reloading.
Cover going out.
Time to hunt here. Got him.
Nice job, Phoenix.
Seek him out. Reloading. Found one. Hawk out. Found one.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my god.
Spike down.
Wait,
B.
it can still kill him. He's gonna get the chain.
Blocking sight.
He's the chain. Knife him.
I got the spike.
Don't
stress.
That's so funny. Just use all your usual. It's last round. Okay, well, not last
Sudden
round.
death.
Yeah,
Win.
sudden death.
Show me where to go.
Oh, wait.
Can I get this? Thanks.
Guys, I used my ult last round and I could get my ult again.
Reloading. Don't overthink it. That's my job. Reloading. Enemy spotted. Mid. Watching this. Reloading.
Blinding. Reloading.
Placing alarm bot. Sage killed. Found them. Alarm bot down. Turret out.
Blink, heaven.
Spike down. Reload. My ult's almost ready. Turret down. Swarm grenade out.
Last player standing.
No, I
One
gotta kill,
enemy remaining.
Let's go! GG, guys!
Attackers win.
That was intense.
Out. But the 9mm penetrated 17 cans. That's 1,700 calories of tuna. But the 22LR recoils a lot less than a 9mm without losing your sight picture between shots. So is 22LR good enough for self-defense? You decide. I've shown you a shotgun hitting ballistics gel.
So I think we can all agree Batman makes no sense as a human being. I mean, the idea of a human fighting beings like Darkseid is just ridiculous. But in the Darkest Multiverse, Batman gets even more insane. The Darkest Multiverse is the shadow of the primary multiverse, where every bad decision that could happen did. In Batman's case, everything about his past is exactly the same, except this time, Batman kills the Joker, gets sprayed with Joker venom, and becomes the Batman who laughs. This guy obliterates the Justice League and takes over the entire universe, all as a regular human being, until Barbados, a literal bat god, gives him even more power and he begins conquering other universes with his own army. Now, Batman Who Laughs is cool, but I personally don't like him as a character because he is too ridiculous even for me. Now, to be fair, we are talking about comics, but even for this goofy ass genre, Batman Who Laughs does some shit that makes no sense. Batman Who Laughs looks like he could die from a single punch from normal Batman, and if you read the comics, you realize his plans weren't even that sophisticated, like poisoning Gotham's water supply, but that's just me. He still can't beat Lego Batman though. So I think we can all agree Batman makes no sense.
This is a Nerf gun? This is the fastest Nerf gun in the world. Let's see how...
Today we're going head to head with Ken's Steakhouse. If they win, their chef gets $100. Ribeye, medium rare, thank you. And set up shop. I cook my steak while they cook theirs, and a random person on the street is the final judge. Starting with theirs, cooked to the perfect medium rare. Next was mine, 2 pretty good looking steaks, the pressure was on. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a single potential taste tester, and things were only about to get worse.
Oh, cops.
What?
How's it going? We're filming a YouTube video.
It's okay, you can film me.
Okay.
We'll do like steak reviews.
Someone called and was like, I think they're selling free food out of their car, and that's why. As long as Ken's is okay with you guys, we're cool with you guys being here, so.
Okay.
All right. All right, thanks, guys.
Avoided jail time, then headed next door to Walmart and found our guy.
So we're here with Pablo. Steak number 1. Steak number 2.
For me, the first one's better.
Come on. Really?
Yeah, the first one.
Today we're going head to head with Ken's Steakhouse.
It took me a week to make the most expensive cocktail ever. This is the black truffle. 1 ounce cost more than $100. So I shredded fresh truffles in the small jar, added 2 ounces of the incredible Japanese whiskey, Hibiki. Next, I made ice from French spring water. In a week, whiskey had a powerful truffle aroma. I strained it and poured into the cold rocks glass. Next, added a few dashes of the black walnut bitters, then added a tiny amount of cherry syrup and stirred everything with ice. Then I needed a unique garnish that stood out, so I used an Italian Amarena cocktail cherry and covered it in a gold dust.
Yummy!
It took me a week to make the most expensive cocktail.
The railgun does not play around. On some real-life Stark Industries type shit, the railgun borders the line between fact and fiction. In an instant, the 33-pound projectile is accelerated to Mach 7 using nothing more than electricity. Now you're probably thinking, but James, why is the fucking air on fire? That's because this massive chunk of metal is literally moving so fast that the air turns into plasma. Crazy, right? These ridiculous speeds are why the railgun is so fantasized. If you're moving that fast, it doesn't matter how thick your armor is. The railgun will punch through it easier than Kyle's fists go through drywall. Unfortunately, it's still far from operational because the 33 megajoules of energy used is too much for the weapon to handle. The magnetic forces created are so strong it literally—
Mr. Beast's videos behind the scenes. What's real and what's fake?
Can soldiers take back war trophies? Now, we all know back in the day, soldiers were taking German pistols, German equipment, just so their granddaughters and grandsons could sell all of it on Pawn Stars. Now, when you look at the history of the early 2003 Iraq War,
Welcome back to Walmart Demolition Ranch. Today we're going to see how many pieces of cardboard an airsoft gun can shoot through. The first gun we got here is a Walmart Springer. And the Walmart gun makes barely a dent. We've stepped it up to a VFC Avalon here, standard 350 FPS with 0.25 gram BBs. Here we go. I forgot to mention that we're doing 3 layers at a time. Clean through 3. Now we got 6 pieces of cardboard here. Let's see if there's any exit hole. There is not. Through 1, 2, 3, stopped on the 4th. Welcome back to Walmart Demolition Ranch. Today we're going to see how many pieces of
Red Hood is the biggest menace in comic book history. Now, there are a lot of great DC characters that never got a live action take, but Red Hood is honestly the one I want to see the most. Red Hood was the second Robin after Grayson, and was always much more arrogant and brutal. One day, Jason gets caught by the Joker, tortured for months, and killed with a crowbar. He is then resurrected with the Lazarus Pit, and after coming back, Jason finds out there is another Robin, the Joker is still alive, and Batman's villains are running rampant. So he goes on a crusade against crime, and takes his killer's former mantle, the Red Hood. Red Hood is much more like Batman than anyone else in the
In 2014, a 51-year-old man from the UK named David Hampton decided for one reason or another to just stand in the middle of a busy road and block the traffic. Since the local police station was just a few yards away, police officers showed up soon afterwards to see what was going on. But when they tried to talk to David and get him to move, he wouldn't say a word and just stood there, so they arrested him. When he was brought to court, David still remained completely silent and wouldn't even talk to his lawyer. Since everyone was confused about his motives and it didn't really seem like he had actually hurt anyone, David was let go soon afterwards. But all he did was just go right back to that same street and stand there once again. Over the next 7 years, David committed that exact same crime over and over again, never saying even a single word to anyone. Even though he was jailed 9 different times, every time he was let out, he would just go right back and start the cycle all over again. Doctors who have tried to help David have failed because he refuses to speak to them. And the only time David does speak is sometimes when he's given food or water, he says a simple thanks. In 2020, David was given 3.5 years in jail for his actions, and he still is.
The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
This is a jawbreaker, and this is the inside of a jawbreaker. If you don't know what a jawbreaker is, it's just basically hard candy. It's quite hard, and all you basically have to do is lick away the layers, and on the inside, it's a really good bubblegum. At my rate, it took me around 3 months to get here, but you can see all the different layers, and the center part is the bubblegum. And now to free the bubblegum, I'm just gonna smash it.
I'm gonna smash you, boy!
I remember back in the day, we used to just smash this outside on concrete. I think I'm gonna do that instead. There we go, good old concrete. Just smashed. That's the gumball right there, nice. Oh. I accidentally smashed it with my fingers, but yeah, that's the gumball. Took me 3 months to get that gumball. It's like a better version of Juicy Fruit. 9.4 out of 10. This is a jawbreaker, and this.
How did I used to make money while living in China? I spent most of the past 10 years living in China trying to build a business with my brother. Being a quote-unquote entrepreneur might seem exciting, but the reality is that making money is hard, like really hard. And for 3 straight years, I didn't make a single dollar. To support my life, I started teaching English. My first students were a 6 and 7-year-old named Chow Chow and Dudu. I was initially making 1,000 RMB a week, which was literally the bare minimum to survive, and at first the lessons were pretty awkward. I would sit at the table with their parents hovering over my shoulder, and with zero experience, tried teaching these kids a foreign language. Even though they're very cute, I never realized how distracted kids that age tend to be, but we were eventually making progress and I started to enjoy the lessons, along with the amazing Chinese meals their parents would share with me. During my time in China, I taught 10 or so different students at all different ages, and it made me realize I actually love teaching. But most importantly, it was the key stepping stone that allowed me to build something sustainable and focus on my passions. How did I used to make money?
As these students were graduating, they threw their caps up in celebration like normal, but watch this student. As he goes to get his cap, most of the other students grab theirs as well and then walk away to find their friends and family. But he doesn't. He actually goes around looking for another cap. After he finally finds one, he then runs it all the way back, and come to find out, he picked it up for another classmate that's in a wheelchair. He gives it to her and they celebrate together. An incredible moment of this student thinking of others and not just himself. As these students were graduating, they threw their caps up in celebration like normal, but watch this student. As he goes to get his cap, most of the other
Enemies ahead! Let's go!
Why do airsoft guns have to look so real? So airsoft guns are of course known to look very, very close to firearms, and this has led to some horrible situations where it is mistaken for a firearm. Now, the reason that they look so real is for 2 primary reasons. The first is because they are meant to be less than lethal replicas used for shooting each other or for training. This means that they should look and operate as closely to firearms as they possibly can. These
Genius people who beat the system, part 6. First, this TikToker lives in LA and there was a movie being shot right by his house, so he decided to sneak onto the set. He made his way right in and explored the set before stopping to get tons of amazing free food. Next, a kid was playing GTA 5 when he decided he wanted to take a nice relaxing bath. But he still wanted to continue playing, so he FaceTimed his PlayStation so he could still play while in the bath. Next, a man from China bought a first-class plane ticket which came with access to a VIP lounge that had free food. He rescheduled his flight over 300 times in a year so he could enjoy over 300 free meals. After finally getting caught, he canceled his ticket and still got a full refund. Next, a girl woke up and decided she really didn't want to go to work. So she turned on her flat iron to high heat and put a thermometer up to it and sent her boss this text to avoid having to go to work. Genius people who beat the system, part.
Trust me, if the guy behind me ever decided to start playing Among Us, he would easily be the very best imposter. And that's because the man standing behind me was pretty much already a professional imposter in real life. When he was in his early 20s, Ferdinand Waldemar didn't have a job, but he needed money. So he decides to tell everyone that he's an expert surgeon. I guess they just didn't do background checks back then because he actually got hired as a surgeon aboard a naval ship. At that point, things were going great for Ferdinand. I mean, there was really nothing for him to do, and he was getting paid. Then, the Korean War came, soldiers started getting injured, and Ferdinand was actually expected to treat them. What made things worse was that he was literally the only surgeon on board, so everyone who was injured was his responsibility. It was a pretty hopeless situation, but I didn't call Ferdinand a professional imposter for nothing. Although he had zero medical experience, Ferdinand actually had a photographic memory. So after flipping through a medical textbook for 10 minutes, he started doing surgery. And somehow, someway, all 16 of Ferdinand's surgeries were successful. Ferdinand was called a hero surgeon, and no one could tell he was just some random dude. Trust me, if the guy behind me ever decides
All clear. Adios.
Here's the top 3 strangest guns you've probably never heard of. Number 1 has to be, and I'm probably going to completely butcher this pronunciation, the Krumlov STG-44. The thing that makes this so unique is that it has a 30-degree curved barrel and a periscope sight. Now the entire point of this gun was to be able to shoot around corners without having to expose your body. And number 2 is the Mag-7, and if you look at this from a certain angle, it almost looks like an Uzi, except this is actually a pump-action shotgun. Everything on this gun was so proprietary that they even needed to make their own ammunition to make this work. Number 3 is called the Dardik Revolver, and the thing that makes this so interesting is that it's actually a magazine-fed revolver. It's got 3 cylinders, and it works like this. Now while they were designing this, they realized round ammunition wouldn't work, so they made triangle-shaped ammunition, and they called it the Tround. Here's the top 3 strangest guns you've probably never heard of.
3 times actors weren't actually acting. In Elf, Buddy the Elf actually has to test out Jack-in-the-Boxes, which he's absolutely terrified of because they jump scare him. And believe it or not, but this reaction was actually genuine. And that's because he had no idea when it was gonna pop out, because the director of the movie had a remote and it would randomly pop out and scare him. In the movie Jaws, they decided not to tell the actor who was the first person to get attacked that there was a machine in the water that was actually going to grab her and pull her under. So when she screams of absolute fear and terror, that was genuine. In the movie Now You See Me, there's a scene where Isla Fisher goes into a tank. And in this scene, you can see her struggling and she's actually stuck at the bottom of the tank and she's actually drowning. And believe it or not, this was real. She was actually drowning. She said that the chains got stuck at the bottom and this wasn't planned, and the director thought she was just really good at acting. Finally, a stuntman thought it was going on a little bit too long and finally came to her help. 3 times actors weren't actually acting. In Elf, Buddy the Elf actually has to test out Jack-in-the-Boxes, which he's absolutely terrified of because they jump scare him. And believe it or not, but this reaction
I'm gonna tell you about the time I got stood up on a date. A few years ago, there was a food fair at a local brewery in Shanghai, and I was helping my friends sell sausages. A girl walked in wearing a red dress, and I distinctly remember she had AirPods on and was sort of dancing around. She lit up the whole room. She started pulling out wheels of cheese, and turns out she was a gourmet cheese dealer. Needless to say, I was very interested. I was cooking sausages, she was selling cheese, and throughout the fair, I went over to her booth probably 20 times to try the cheese, aka find time to talk to her. We got along well and ended up going on a few dates. One day, I offered to cook for her. Prime grade porterhouse, which is impossible to find in China, mashed potatoes, salad, wine, dessert, and even candles. The food was ready, the minutes ticked by, but after an hour she texted me saying she couldn't make it. Granted, I don't think she realized I went all out with the cooking, but still, oof. I called my roommates out of their rooms, and though they made fun of me the entire time, we enjoyed the food and had a good time. Things eventually fizzled out between us, but I figured that today, I'm gonna tell you about the time I got stood up on
Tokyo, Japan. There is a chef who cooks. This guy gives it to his customers. Not Tokyo, Japan. There is a chef who cooks. This guy gives it to his customers. Not Tokyo.
These are the top 3 dumbest guns ever made. Number 1 is the Colt revolving rifle. This gun is on here for a couple reasons, but first upon which is the fact that whenever you would shoot it, since you had one hand in front of the cylinder, your wrists would get sprayed with burning gunpowder every time you shot it. The other issue is that in the event of a chain fire is when all of the cylinders go off at the same time, your support hand would have a tendency to no longer exist. Number 2 is the Cochrane turret gun. Now the thing that makes this thing so dangerous was that if it did chain fire, everyone around you suddenly became very incompatible with life. Last but not least is the Knock Valley gun. This gun has 7 barrels and shot 7 12mm slugs all at once. This naturally came with quite a few hazards. Almost everyone that shot this got extreme bruising and sometimes even broke their shoulder from all of the recoil. These are the top 3 dumbest guns ever made. Number 1 is the Colt revolving.
The Deadliest Snipers Ever, Part 1.
Chris Kyle. Chris Kyle is a United States Navy SEAL sniper who appeared on 4 tours of duty in Iraq. During his 4 tours of duty, Kyle racked up 160 confirmed kills. Because of his legendary status, Iraqi insurgents even placed a $20,000 bounty on Kyle's head. which was later raised to 80,000 before the end of his career. Kyle was also known for his incredible shots, with his longest shot being a 2,100-yard kill. After leaving the military,
Last year, a 19-year-old boy from Liberia named Emmanuel Tulu came across an absolute miracle. He had found $50,000 US literally just sitting there on the side of a road. And since Emmanuel had dropped out of school at age 9 to work to support his struggling family members who still only lived on just a few US every day, this amount was completely life-changing. But incredibly, instead of just keeping the money, Emmanuel eventually decided to return it to its original owner. Although that's what he thought was the right thing to do, his friends and peers called him stupid and laughed at him, telling him he would die poor. But as it turns out, they couldn't have been more wrong. When word got out about Emmanuel's unbelievable honesty, he was immediately given a spot at Ricks Institute, one of Liberia's most prestigious schools. Then, the president of Liberia himself came to personally hand Emmanuel $10,000. And Emmanuel also received several thousand more from donations, as well as the original owner of the money. But on top of that, Emmanuel was also given a full scholarship to Livingstone College in the US after he completes school in Liberia. Emmanuel, who aspires to one day be a doctor, now has his entire future set up in front of him, and he 100% deserves it all. Last year, a 19-year-old boy from Liberia named Emmanuel
Ranking the top 10 players in the NBA Finals. At 10, as long as he's decently healthy, I'll go Robert Williams. I'll go with Al Horford.
Here's how you can make the perfect sandwich from Adventure Time.
3, 4, 5, 6. Rosemary thyme. Sous vide. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Cream cheese, pickles for my boy Prismo, and some dill. Diced boiled eggs. Bird from the window. Yeah, baby, now we're rolling. Common cucumber. Sliced Roma tomato. Sweet yellow onion. Organic. Ooh, almost done. Tears for salt. Meat prepared sous vide. Bacon. Lobster sole. It's amazing.
Here's how you can make the perfect sandwich from it.
Let's see if we could spot the correct logos. So first up we have Netflix. So I think the N protrudes a bit, so it should be the one on the right. Okay. Now Spotify. Spotify's definitely 3. 4 looks so wrong. I'd hope. Okay, cool. 2 for 2. Nintendo Switch. So that's going to be the one on the left. Also, I think in marketing, they like to go from left to right, top to bottom. Sprite. I mean, that should be the one on the right with the dotted I think. Okay, 4 for 4. Microsoft. Maybe the one on the left, just because it's red dominant in the top left. Okay. Cartoon Network. I think the one on the left, it should be black square first. Okay, and then finally we have Discord. The one on the right's like a combination of Discord and Android, so the one on the left, right? All right, cool. How'd you guys do? Let's see if we could spot the correct
This guy has the coolest last words in all of history. You guys probably remember in 2001 when 4 airplanes were hijacked by Al-Qaeda, 2 of which planes hit the Twin Towers and the other one hit the Pentagon. And the 4th plane, which never made it, was heading straight for the Capitol. And that's because of this guy named Todd
$100 airsoft budget loadout. I could do it, okay? First, step 1, rent a gun. Just kidding, buy this. This is a MCX, it's $35, it's spring loaded. Very solid springer, $35, boom. Glasses, $10. Face mask, $15. So when you get shot in the face, you don't cry. We're up to $60 now. $10 for some BBs. We're at $70. The shotgun was $20. It only shoots one at a time, but I'll tell you guys a secret. If you pump it a few times, it shoots like 3 shots. Okay, I pumped it like 3 times. God, I hate you guys. This is gonna make a mess. Oh my God. Yeah, like 4 came out. Boom, there you go. $90, you get all this. With the last $10, you buy 10 McDonald's cheeseburgers for airsoft fuel. $100 airsoft budget loadout. I could do it, okay? First, step 1, rent a gun. Just kidding, buy this.
Genius People Who Beat the System, Part 2. A class of students were required to pick a Marvel character and then write a resume and cover letter pretending to be them. A student thought of the perfect idea and picked Groot, and since all he says is, "I am Groot," that's what he put for everything. A girl's mom locked her phone in the bottom drawer because she misbehaved, but her daughter realized that all she had to do was take out the top drawer and she could get her phone back. A girl's dad went to Vegas for 5 days and put a camera in the living room to make sure she didn't have any parties. But the girl wasn't going to let that stop her, so she came up with this pretty creative solution. This parking spot says only green vehicles can park there, but I think the owner of this car took it a little too serious. This kid was playing a game on his Xbox when his mom told him to go play outside, so he literally grabbed his Xbox and played outside. Genius People Who Beat the System, Part 2. A class of students were required.
Where are they now? The founder of Scrub Daddy, the most successful Shark Tank company in history. In 2012, Aaron Krause strolled onto the set of Shark Tank with a smiley face sponge. His product was made out of a polymer that would turn hard in cold water and soft in hot water, making it the world's most versatile sponge. It's safe to say Lori Grano was impressed by this, investing $200,000 for 20%. And the very next day, Lori and Aaron would sell out 42,000 Scrub Daddy sponges in under 7 minutes on QVC. Since its legendary appearance on Shark Tank, Scrub Daddy's gone on to gross over $330 million in sales. For some recent news, this past spring, Scrub Daddy dropped $10 million on a brand new 100,000 square foot facility in New Jersey for its new headquarters. And according to Aaron, the company is still growing at 30% per year. I'm definitely going to expand the Shark Tank series, so shoot me a follow for more. Where are they now? The founder of Scrub Daddy, the most successful Shark Tank company in history. In 2012, Aaron Krause strolled onto the set of Shark Tank with a smiley face sponge. His product was made out of a polymer that would turn hard in cold water and soft in hot water.
In the year 892, a powerful Viking named Sigurd Eysteinsson was leading a conquest of what is now northern Scotland when he came across a local ruler by the name of Mal Brigta the Bucktoothed. Since Sigurd really wanted Mal's land, he challenged them to a battle and also declared that both of them were each only allowed to bring 40 men. Turns out though, Sigurd had no intention.